watching Smartman's Business, you should as well know that here we invest. And how do you invest your money? Do please by investing with Zabo. Zabo is an investment platform that is powered by Altex East Africa, and it's actually making it very, very possible for you to kickstart off that investment journey of yours. Use the USSD code *292# to follow more prompts and definitely kickstart off your investment journey. How about that? By giving Zabo a particular advantage of supporting your investments. The minimum amount to invest is 15,000 Ugandan shillings, and please do note that you can quickly invest in after registering with your NIN in the next 24 hours is when you're eligible to invest in government bonds. Zabo is powered by Altex East Africa. The markets open at 8:15 a.m. and close at 3:15 p.m. And also please note that these markets are only fully closed during weekends and on public holidays. Zabo, my money, my future. Altex East Africa, do something new. With 1 minute off the clock, 8 a.m., let's now start off with our business tip of this morning. And the business tip is saying, don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. So don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as where your mind lets you. So where you put your mind is definitely how far you go, because sometimes success also goes beyond, is actually driven by the mindset and the kind of belief we have as individuals. So what you believe in can definitely be the same thing that will actually help you or will actually be achievable at the end of it also. Have a mindset that is actually telling you that you can achieve something, and once you have that mindset, you will definitely be able to achieve it. So do not limit yourself to what you can achieve, because at any one moment in life, things can clearly change and change for the better. So that is our business tip for the day, and let's also get our business quote for this morning. Napoleon Hill says that if you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. If you cannot do great things, then do the small things in a great way. If today you cannot do something that is great, maybe do that small thing and make it great. Then that is how you create great things at the end of it all. So there is always a great chance of doing things, and that is the greater way of at least putting yourself in better positions. So if you can't do great things, do small things in a greater way. And now let's cross to our news preview here from the press and see what print media has got to say about the business reports as of Monday, 30th January. We've got the Daily Monitor with the highlight: Uganda Revenue Authority on the spotlight over a 340 billion shillings gold tax roll. And the revelations come amid comments by President Museveni that the tax collector has corrupt elements who must be checked to stop loss of revenue to the country. And this and more of this particular saga of Uganda Revenue Authority in the Daily Monitor. This particular one is in here, and of course there is also one of the other issue. According to university boss is in talks over fees. Once talks over fees, who is this particular university boss in spotlight? Stay with the Monitor. Now, besides that, over 200 residents and refugees are set to benefit from irrigation scheme. This is an irrigation scheme that is actually being supported by the World Bank towards the government of Uganda, particular morning. And then in sports here, radios are to go to court over airing Premier League matches, as both Discovery Sports Limited and local broadcasters are convinced that their respective interpretation of the English Premier League audio and broadcast rights in the country is the correct one. There is also another, this is a very huge concern, by the way, when it comes to broadcasting rights. This is according to what the Daily Monitor has to say. And also Vipers have ripped lion's share of 2.5 billion in player sales. Which player sales are these? and player transfers. Still, the Daily Monitor is giving you more of that particular coverage. Now, crossing over to the New Vision this morning, in here is President Museveni wants officers to fight corruption as 4,000 have been moved in major CID staff shake-up. Where are those particular shake-ups in, and why is that so? You can still have more of that from the Daily Monitor. Now, rather from the New Vision. New Vision also has highlighted alternatives for over 100,000 pupils who have failed PLE. You can still get more of this for the parents out there who think their children did not perform well in the PLE results that were released on Friday. Now, also with the East African, as you look at this, there is the International Air Transport Association has restored air traffic control services and safety over the country after 30 years. This is giving room for airlines to fly over Somalia. This is actually another huge breakthrough for the aviation sector in Africa. This is according to the East African newspaper. Now, in the segment for the money, too much market, not enough trade. Experts bemoan low volumes of intra-African trade. And then in the market section, what does Kenya want at the boss as Nairobi demands for rejoining regional stock exchange? Then in Rwanda, skills transfer in the financial sector as the regulators dream of local expertise taking shape at different banks in Rwanda. Now, also in the other news, Uganda's war back on liberalization. Uganda's rise see renationalization in Kampala. And this is according to the East African. And that's it for the press review this morning. Now let's talk mindset change and how it can impact on the growth of Uganda's economy and increase on the levels of production, especially when it comes to commercial production, and also to increase productivity among the young people, as government programs and projects need guidance, and there's also need for a mindset change amongst the business community to ensure prosperity and various project development. We get more in this second update of ours this morning.
We are under the program-based approach to service delivery. I hope you know that. We switched from the sector-wide approach to the SWAP. Now government works under programs, and you know program 18 is called Community Mobilization and Mindset Change. It's a whole program for the government of Uganda. And as you know, this ministry is a key actor in delivering that program. Through our friends here, the National Guidance Department, but also ourselves. I want you to know, good officers, that when we do communication, we are actually guiding people. We give information, we are guiding people. We take feedback, you know the communication cycle. When we take feedback and act on it and guide people, we are dealing with the mindset as well. So actually, that is why communication and national guidance, we are together as one directorate, but we also coordinate the function across the government of Uganda. So you are part of the mindset delivery and management team. If you didn't know, let me let you know today. But even if you are in ICT, the software that we put in the equipment also serves the purposes, among others, of ensuring that people get the right information. And the right information contributes towards shaping the attitude that we want for this country. You heard yesterday when the president was in Kakumiro, he was saying, please let's protect the environment. It's not so. Because the environment is the source of everything that we have as a country, the rainfall, the good weather. So the president himself is our leader in shaping attitudes. He spoke about that people should not produce for hunger. You know what that means? That our people should be shifting from peasant production, but also do commercial production, so that we improve incomes at the community, but also household levels. Isn't that mind education? It is mind education. We have challenges like gambling, alcoholism, among sections of the youth. Issues like land fragmentation, the president is always talking about this. That is guidance. It's the mind. He is working on the mind, and I want you to know, if anyone didn't know from now, that we are part of his army of causing the right desirable mindset change in the country so that we speed up growth of our country and hopefully in the future catch up with our good friends from Korea. And they are so generous with the information. I have attended some of their sessions. They are so generous, as you are going to see, because they are passionate to see that even us in Uganda, we do make a difference and everything we have as a country. Now, what the president was trying to do was to ensure that as Ugandans we have the right mindsets. He's telling us that beyond producing food, you need to also set up a business, because we all need money. We need the money to buy medicine. We don't grow medicine in our homes. We don't grow clothes we wear. So the mind is the software that powers all our efforts, either as individuals or as the government. Now in government, we even have Program 18, that is to say, community mobilization and mindset change. So that program is partly coordinated through our ministry, but also the Ministry of Gender. It is intended to ensure that Ugandans have the right mindset so that the rest of the programs can work, whether it is the wealth creation, whether it is the agriculture, transformation, because all these involve people. So government puts money, but if the mindset is not right, then we wouldn't even go far as government. That's why we are here today to conduct this mindset education program, starting with ourselves, because then we have a convergence of our understanding of how the mind works, so that in turn we can work on the minds of the others. So we are now doing it for our own ministry. So that before we work on the minds of the others, even our own minds are properly aligned, and we have areas of agreement as we go out there to sensitize other people and also continuously work on their minds, so that the mind becomes part of the fulcrum that drives this country forward. So we achieve the Vision 2040, we achieve the NDP3, we also achieve the manifesto, because all these things involve people. So the thinking has to be right. The mind has to be properly oriented. I have a feeling that some of our programs in the past have not worked very well, because there are programs where we have put money in the past, even as government. We put their money, but we didn't go strong on working on the minds and thinking of people. Let me give you an example. Where I come from, the men tend to be quite polygamous. So you give them money for a wealth creation project, and this man goes to marry a second or even a third wife. So you gave him the money so that it gets him out of poverty, but now the money probably even multiplies his poverty, because once he marries another wife, then he's multiplying his commitments and costs, isn't it? So we learned from that as government, and now we are seeking to run the MIND program, as we also address other issues of development, including issues of poverty alleviation. You know now about the parish model. Soon, we have already started dispensing the money. But you heard yesterday, even the president was saying, save, 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 take a mechivalo, meaning whatever you do, make sure you take records and make sure that you document your enterprises. All of that is part of our mindset program, and I want to thank the president for leading by example. So now we are optimistic that many of these programs going forward should be more successful, now that we are also integrating mind education and mindset as part of our programs for the country. We do coordination from the center, but we have actors. You know, the government is big. It has structures even in local governments. We have community mobilization officers, we have credit officers, Ourselves, we have communication officers. Each of the 146 districts has a communication officer. So all these, we are developing standard training programs, which we are going to share with them, so that I don't have to be in each of the districts. Then this information is also going to be spread through the media, the radio, especially community radio, because you know that in this country, each corner of the country has a radio that talks to people in local languages. So we have also earmarked radio as a powerful tool, especially for the masses outside there, right up to the grassroots level. But even the parish chiefs, which government is hiring, we are going to orient them and ground them on the critical issues under the Mindset program. Of course, I couldn't exhaust all the issues that we are handling under the Mindset program, because you know, even what they call sexual orientation, there's nothing we do that doesn't start from the mind. If you think about it, if someone's going to steal, if someone's going to punch another one, if someone's going to go into weird sexual practices, it starts in the mind. So actually, one of our pillars is looking at preserving our Africanness, our heritage, our food, our culture, our dressing, you know, and even our sexuality as Africans. Because you know now, the world is global. Young people now have access to the internet with all sorts of content. I'm sure you know that. Then we have some of these global TV packages, which I don't want to name some of here, but you might be knowing them, which also have themes that are subtle, but are also promoting un-African and unusual sexual practices. So one of our interventions is in preserving our culture, our Africanness, so that we don't get lost in this jungle called the global village, which is now driven by technology. So technology, but it should be to improve effectiveness and efficiency of what we do, but not to break our morals and drive our young people astray, including what you are talking about.
Change. The ICT Ministry lectured staff on mindset change to roll the subject across the country, because this is actually going to be looked at as one of the most important things to focus on in reality. The Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, through its mindset education program, lectured its staff just recently here on how to attain a positive mind and work towards positive change and development of the country. Now, mindset change is something that even companies have to at least employ before their employees on matters to do with how they should be able to at least react towards certain things, their attitude towards change, looking at how people are supposed to work towards changing how they respond to certain things in life. So when you look at the situation here, in most cases, this is actually kind of a system that creates radiant mindsets and competences among the labor force. Ideally, sometimes when you have your employer, you are an employer, you have your employees at work, you don't know what is wrong with their mental health, if their mental health is is stable enough to be able to work every day, to do the same things they're used to doing. But of course, these mindset trainings and programs can at least try to at least shape up their brains, take them back onto the to the drawing board, at least have a positive mindset towards everything. Because when we mention mindset change, it is how we relate to things or how we relate to occurrences and occasions. Sometimes what I see as a positive, someone else can see it as a negative. Now, for the workforce to at least have the same level of productivity, there has to be a mindset change whereby everyone is focusing on the same goal or on the same task that has been given to them. That way, the kind of mentality pushes for the same level of productivity, and that is the same thing that pushes for, it actually buries off the negative kind of mindset. that most people wake up with at the end of it all. As we call for positive attitudes, we always have to instill this particular positive mindset in the long run if we are to help our fellow workmen, let's say employees, at the end of the day. So investing in mindset change is what the Ministry of ICT has been able to do, and of course the government is putting in a lot of money in various projects, and mindset change is the next agenda, whereby everybody is now looking and focusing on conducting mindset education programs within to at least help and change the minds of others and try to impact and instill positivity into people. And of course, with the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance working on trying to at least have the minds of other people, living into positivity and also strengthening the kind of mentality that people have, because that way the mind has to be properly oriented if we are to at least look at that. So as the Ministry of ICT takes up this initiative, also you get to realize that it is very, very important for the people, for example, other employers, to think about this. Now, this particular one was coming in from the lecture of, that was the staff lecture that was ongoing at the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, to at least have their mindset set onto something positive, because the kind of mindset, or the kind of mindset we have in this day-to-day life, says a lot about our kind of achievements and what we intend to be able to manage, or to be able to find out in the long run. So we need to change mindset towards work. We need to change our mindset towards investment. We need to change our mindsets towards development, our mindsets towards paying taxes. We need to change our mindset towards helping one another, and our mindset towards innovation. That way, we shall be living into a positive mindset, which is quite important. And when I mention about changing our mindset towards investment, you should as well have your mind onto investing in government bonds. These are viable ventures for you to at least learn. And if I talk about investment, how about if you get to know about Zabo? Zabo is a platform by Otex East Africa, and this particular one is giving you that advantage to invest in government bonds. So you can change your mindset towards investment by investing in government bonds. With just a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings, Zabo is giving you that advantage to kickstart off your investment journey today. These markets open at 8:15 a.m. and close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Zabo is a platform by Otex East Africa, and it's saying do something new. The markets are only fully closed during weekends and on public holidays. Zabo, my money, my future. Otex East Africa, do something new today. So kickstart off your investment journey with Zabo. My money, my future. It is that simple, that possible. So make your mindset an investment-minded kind of mindset that will see you grow into a bigger venture in a few years to come. You're watching Smart Means Business. When we do return after the break, I'll be joined by Barija Andrew, who will be giving you the latest from entertainment business, but I do also have this from the world of sports business. So keep it here as we get you more updates coming up shortly after. Good morning.